Hello and welcome back. You might notice that I still have the ring in my inventory instead of selling it. Like I said I would probably be doing in between episodes. That is because I'm forgetful and lazy. Okay, so this set doesn't have pants. Because when I first got this set, I was concerned that I sold the pants when I was making these into glams. Good thing now I know that, oh, it just doesn't have pants. And readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. Sorry, just making sure that the recording's working. As you will know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have sparkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them as tasks I am sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see to 4 of the beasts dismissed. I'm guessing, anyone who's watching this, I have a question. Which do you prefer? The Amaru or the Chocobos? I prefer the Chocobos myself. I do not care for the flying camels. I like my big chicken. Yeah, I think this is the only Final Fantasy that I've played I actually get to ride on with Chocobo, because I've beat 15, but the only time you actually used a Chocobo in 15 was for racing. I only got through disc 1 of 13, and I don't even think I beat it because I got stuck in the Pope. And for 9 and 10, 10 I was playing with somebody else and we never got the chance to hang out and finish that. For 9, I just keep getting distracted. I get distracted by other things. And there's a few games that I do want to play, like 5 and 16. Not 16. 5 and 4, or 5 and 6. That's what I'm trying to say. 5 and 6. For 16, I'll probably wait for when that comes to PC eventually. In about 2 or 3 years. Amu Fodder, dose the serum, Princess Kiss. Time to shove it down your throat. Quack, quack, quack. You know, quee, quee, quee. The emerald happily devours the fodder. Gwee. Gwee. Okay, so none of them are above. At least according to the map, but, I think the map... It needs something for that one. Wee! Gwee! Absolutely minded munches on the fodder. The first one was happily devours the fodder. This one just absolutely mindlessly does it. Oh, since we're here, I guess it's... Yeah, nothing needs to be repaired. Gwee! Gwee gwee! Gwee gwee! The Amaro is wary at first, but appetite eventually wins over and accepts the fodder. The Amaro reels at the smell, but accepts the fodder nonetheless. Now this one's running out of batteries. The Amaro are fed. Good. The rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of their preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smiles upon you. I guess it would be harder to give this one the dose, because these things might be meat eaters. The Yules. But I guess for Foos, just sprinkle it on the gristle greens. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Lower level, but higher geared. And suddenly it became day.
Keep moving. What now?
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
Sound the alarm!
The powder has taken effect. It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
I guess that answers my question if this would affect arcane entities. The voice end's definitely eating well. After all this. I'm wondering how the Voidsent would react after getting some ether from a primal. Since they are just me out of ether. Can a Voidsent be tempered? Thank you. Are you from the Crystorium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons made to the same specifics as Thancred's. You're ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. Hey, the powder's not coming down anymore. A little dragon pet. Or whatever the thing is. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. What his response would be if we just killed Minophilia. She's just sitting over there. You won't choose a prisoner. Oh, that's pretty big.
Why do you resist this folly?
Why did we get that achievement?
It's over!
Edgar seems fine. In fact, he's almost at full health.
You, boy. You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yule Lore.
Thancred?
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us. And what if I am? What? Pathetic. Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Nee, 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 nee.
Break! Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulnor dare not bear its steel. Ilmeg, the Fairy Kingdom.
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Ulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now, yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Urianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let's have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Why don't we just call our own Fey folk? Fairies, I take it. I was worried about the others back in Lakeland, but maybe I should be worried about us. I'm trying my best to remember, but it feels like peering through fog. El Meg is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it is home to the Fey folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. They use illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By the way of an example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere you're not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. We have 12 slots left until I'm going to have to turn a lot of these into glamours. As it stands, we cannot hope to find the way to Yonje. For that, we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I can make of the voices, the creatures wants to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to find their village, Levelin. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly into their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Minfilia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds, and our mission. You may consider her an ally. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until the fog is lifted before I do the ether compass. Because I have done this place and gotten, I think, almost all of the ether things while in the fog before. I am a very stubborn person. And I do not need sight to find things that I need. And this area is one of the few areas which I go to a lot. There was a plant which might help us, if only I could remember what it looked like. There's not a soul in sight, yet I feel eyes all over us. The sense of disorientation is quite overwhelming. I cannot take a dozen steps without forgetting whence we came. Oh. Cabbage. Well, here we are, yet the pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun, in which case... Edgar, there is a variety of plants native to these parts, with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking grass is its name. So called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. I'll explain how I know all this later, but first I need you to help me find some. Oh, if a voice calls to you under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subjugate yourself to further mischief. You search the shrub, find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly your voice rings out. Greetings, mortal. What is your name? Oh, you do not have a name. Very, very sad. I could have so much fun with it. What is it you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Such a rude child and too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. Oh, visitor, and where are you from, pray tell? Perhaps this one hard of hearing. And what brings you here? Stone deaf, how boring. So picking plants at our village is as good as indulging in our hospitality. And who are we to turn you away here? Stay a while, stay forever. Yeah. I guess Edgar could just teleport. I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume from your presence that you managed to find us some looking grass? Possessed of a furrowed tip, this particular plant can appear to be used to see hidden pixies. Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixies' veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone and put Oriange's little trick to good use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No! We are found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before. Look, twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Play with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Oriange.
Oh yes, Oriange, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we?
Should we? Would we?
What now?
I don't know. But this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition: that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2. Or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Oriange. Pixie's on her.
That one's got a flower.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
I wonder how seeing all these pixies and stuff affects people. Well, I should say normal people. For me, my mom has a lot of pixies and fairy stuff. So, also I've studied the mythos on fairies and stuff from various countries. But that was for mythology class I did that for. Help me, I beg you. My friend has gone to Professor Loran, a place we're told we must never first set foot in. I thought about giving chase, but I'm scared I'll run into that thing. But you're a big, brave man. You're not scared of such things, are you? So please find my friend back, my friend. Ken Goref is their name, and if you hurry, you might catch them before they get to Professor Loran. Yeah, let's see. My mom has pixies and stuff. My sister had dragons. So I have stuff from like Fae stuff and some dragon stuff in my room. Aren't you one of our own Jay's friends? Have you business with me? Lad Ken's worried. Well, that's all well and good, but when someone tells me not to do something, it only makes me want to do it more. No one can stop me. Heedless of your warning, Ken Griff continues on in the direction of Professor Loran. If you find them again, perhaps you can still convince them to turn back. Like, there is one fairy that is the cannibal fairy, which has eyes on its shoulders, and its mouth is on its stomach. And there's another fairy that kind of looks like, if you ever seen Child of the Mask, kind of looks like Loki from that when he's in his green form. And of course there's also Oberon and Titania. Oberon. Squeal! Squeal! I squeal at thee. A squeal, squeal. Beaver-like creature. Though your beaver speak is quite rusty, the creature appears to want milk. However, you see no signs of Ken Garif. You resign yourself to bearing the bad news back to Ladkin. Well, we got ourselves a drinking horn. No. It's not a drinking horn, it's just a horn you blow. Or is it even that? Nope! Unless that, part of it's actually a lid on top of it. Then maybe it's a drinking horn. You're back. Where's Ken Griff? Please tell me Ken Griff is alright. But against your warning, they went to Professor Loran, where you found only a strange animal. The details were true. Oh, Ken Griff. Why didn't you listen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't assume the worst. Yep. Maybe there's still hope. I just need to stay calm and think things through. Oh, that's the end of year 2. We're just going to take the reward. There's just someone on a flying crab over there. Now I'll keep going for this episode until I get this area cleared. Until we can see the area. I'm so hungry I may faint. Fruit, a little fruit will set me right. Will you go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up their sweet, succulent burdens. I can't remember if the changeling counts as a fairy. It has been nearly a decade since I did this research. Pants! Oh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Loran is our beloved village and we want it to always look lovely. And it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than everblooms. If you ever seen... Here are some everblooms. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple, yes? These seeds will grow into an enchanted grass that's true to its name, produces ever-blooming flowers. Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. I think I can actually buy those on my character. I just need to. I just don't have any room in my room. Oh, mortal, perchance something. Purchase from my shop. Spend your what do you most trade at these shops of yours anyhow? Shiny rocks are something I expect. Very well. Spend your shiny rocks here. I actually did come and spend some things here. I have 2 of the cards from this one. One of the cards we don't have unlocked on this one because Edgar ain't doing that. If the pixies offer to take you somewhere, take them up on it at your peril. That's the first thing Ariane taught me. Oh, you're Ariane's friend. Welcome to our village. Stay a day or 4 or forevermore. I have the distinguished duty of guiding stray mortals who have wandered into Elmeg. Oh yes, I can tell you lots of things. There is where to fight the sweetest nectar, how to win at reed boat racing, the best places to hide, and so on and so forth, though you mortals only ever seem to ask why the way out of our realm. Do I give them an answer? Of course, but whether it's the right answer is another question. This is Lydia Loran, the village where we pixies live. It was built by mortals long time ago, but they're all fled somewhere. Though we have to be on guard for sin eaters and other nasty beasts, we can't be happier here amongst the flowers and the fields. Oh, and occasionally we get new playmates from outside. In case you didn't know, Ilmeg means the Kingdom of Rainbows. Why? Because if you look down from above, you'll see a dazzling flurry of colors. It's just a shame there's only ever that boring, blazing sky hanging over our heads. I'm sorry, but I can't play with you right now. I'm busy thinking up a fiendish new prank. I mean, fun new game. I challenge you to children's cards. Ooh, gloves. Mortal Moltor, heal my pleas. Our precious children are thirsty and I need you to bring them water. Or our children, you ask? Why, they're the leafmen you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now you need to go to Mirror Lake, along Mirror Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drenching. Oh, be warned, the froth make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. Trying my best not to attract the strays. Oh, there's an undying. Pristine water drawn from Long Mirror Lake. You've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we hoped. It's never too late, of course. There's actually a quest that you can do you can do if you're a crafter or a gatherer here, that actually shows you how to change one of these leafmen back. Well, kind of. You'll see what I mean if you ever play this for yourself and do the quest. Because Edgar ain't gonna do that. Edgar ain't got time for that. So hungry did you get the fruits? The sweet and succulent fruit of the bell tree, favored by pixies. Oh, thank you ever so much. You saved me. Yes, saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the bugs came down. Oh, you've done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's having fun. Dull and painful things. Hate them, hate them. Sin Eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Soon this house will be made of grass. Helping us grow flowers, are you? They make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big, bustling place called Vorbert or Bovert, or some such, but the Sin Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then, we pixies have been living here, and we've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? I'm supposed to bring them a plank of wood. There's no wood grain. That has no wood grain. I was asked to retrieve a garland from a tree branch. The wind blew it up there, the pixie claimed. Questionable premise aside, the dragoons' jump would have been useful for this task. I don't understand why mortals like to shut themselves up inside their stuffy houses. There's so much love, nicer being outside and under the sun. Just ask the flowers and the leafmen. Talk to the leafmen, all you just hear is screaming. I mean, their mouth... This one's mouth is perpetually open. And it's been triplicated, too. If you're done sowing the seeds, thank you. This shall help live up to its name, which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in the lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make it our new home. The land of everlasting spring, this is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. But pants. All he's missing for the full outfit now is shoes. Portrait. Onto the truth. How goes it, Edgar? So, a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that's pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whatever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intentions of releasing us in the near future. Orion J once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, and or so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said cores ordinarily disperse alongside the ether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal form, either by the will of its owner or by the means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather ether onto itself to assume another form, or find a newly emerged life in which to abode. The pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts were merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've became that which you fear most, dearest brother dearest. However, the pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Nay, we must negotiate new terms with these creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In that course of your chores, did any of the encountered pairs seem even faintly amenable to reason? What, you knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further ado, then summon this Feoul, if you please. I do kind of wish that there was something similar to the Reaper, because the Reaper's basically kind of like a warlock from Dungeons and Dragons. I wonder if they'll ever make a Fey version of it. Well, I guess that would be Scholar, but it's not really a pack, more like a residual ether into this crystal that creates a being. With the chat menu modes, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter Feoul to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. After this, after I get done with this episode, I'm going to go and eat. And then come back to this after I get done eating. So my sapling has finally remembered about his lovely branch. But with such half-hearted call, he may as well lop me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. This is one of my least favorite things about this game is I like it to a degree, but for like certain things, but I like that it's unique, but is that your idea of a fervent call? A sodden log could do it with more fire. thing is, when I'm in this area by myself, when I'm in this area doing stuff, because I come here a lot to do a beast tribe. And occasionally I'll see somebody doing this and it confuses me. Because I forget about this part. That you have to sit here and type this out. As you can see, I am not a good typer. I could probably do this better if I wasn't using both my hands. Now I think about it. Because I usually only type with one hand. Because when I type with both my hands, I get my hands tangled up.
You're late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
I've never seen a face like that before.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well. If it isn't Theo the mold field, it's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
I'll do one better. Foos, get over here. We'll do your back. And see how they like to see what's in there get all scattered about.
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden verdict to you at once.
Wait a minute, this came out before the Reaper was a class.
So this is the true Ilneg.
At least in this game. I don't know if Reaper's in other games.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Okay, to be honest, when I was playing this by myself, when the name popped up for the option while we were here, I forgot who that was. For those sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find they had made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and a scholar, the book's shelves. The bookman's shelves, it's called after the fellow's vast collection of tomes, and agreeable habitat for our friend. I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. We shall be along in a little bit. North, 332. Because I now think we have the entire area available. Yes, and like I said, I found, I want to say a good amount of these before they release the thing. Beggar's fine. Actually, I forget, does that... No, that doesn't damage the gear. I always forget if falling damages gear or not. Northeast. I believe the way up is over there. Okay, it's just north, so... maybe up there? At the, castle. House of the First Light. Is that the name of it? I can't remember. Yeah, there was two things I did. I found all of the, well, as many as I can, of the ether currents. And then I went to these to attune to them. The way I play this game is probably not the best way. But at least it is somewhat entertaining, probably for people to, rather people to watch what I'm doing, or very infuriating. Because I like finding the ether currents and getting all the ether rights first when I was playing this by myself. I still do that for some of the areas which I have yet to get done. Like the Forbidden Lands. I still have to finish that one of these days. But I only play it once a week. Because there's challenges there that level you up. It'll give you a lot of XP, and I only ever do those challenges once a week when they reset. Because I do most of them. There's only 3 which I never do. And that's just because I can't really be bothered to try to hunt down the things I need to do for it. Yeah, one of them I don't even know what the thing they're having me look for even is. Because I don't think I've ever seen an ashkin. Okay, it's northeast. Okay, now it's just north. Northwest. Now it's just west. Oh, there it is. Just west again. The Mudman. There it is. Yeah, the reason why I didn't do... Basically, this is what I normally do when I enter a new area. I was playing by myself. I usually do this first instead of just following the quest line, like I think I did for... It was either Stormblood or Heaven's Ward that I did that with. Where I was basically starting to do that instead of just what I like to do, which is just that. But yeah, once we get to Orionche, or once we get done with Onto the Truth, I'm gonna go and eat. I'll call it an episode and go eat. And after I'm done eating, I'll get back to this. And here we are at long last. I give you Orion J's humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home.
Urianje, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon. Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Oh, not Yestola yet.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time.
The guy on the far right. What's going on with him? Oh, I see. There's somebody, you can barely see the guy there. But he's in black clothes. And then in front of him's, a ninja. It's like, oh, what's happening with him? Oh, I see. He's just very hard to see.
Yet the joy they felt was short-lived. For in so doing, they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls, brave and true, who might have risen to restore order, were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy.
Well, I mean, if the tragedy does fall to happen, then would there ever be another calamity if there's no one there to cause it? They would be hard-pressed to continue summoning to cause the calamities if there's not even anyone left to help them even do that. Would it just not ruin their plans indefinitely?
To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Edgar probably wouldn't. It's something to do with magic.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active, umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leergear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
And with that, I'll call the episode there. And I'll see you all in the next.